So I was asked a question by a subscriber to talk about homeless shelters, kind of give my advice on them, what my thoughts are on them, why do I use them, if I use them, so on and so forth. And I will tell you, having Sam now, I can't use a homeless shelter. I can't. Getting her in the door is such a pain in the ass, it's not worth it. So now I definitely don't do homeless shelters, but from time to time I will use a homeless shelter, but in general I avoid them. I avoid them for a few main reasons. The main reason is just like with dogs that go into the pound, they get kennel cough. You have something similar to that within the homeless community, which they call it the crud, which is like all the different sicknesses all rolled up into one, and everybody's just passing it amongst each other. It's like a constant sickness, and then when you're in an enclosed environment like that, you get sick real quick. And if you want to stay healthy and not be sick all the time, you have to stay out of the indoor homeless, the indoor shelter. Okay. Now, I will use a shelter if it gets too cold out there and I'm just like, okay, I need a break. I don't want to deal with this right now. And so sometimes I'll go into a cold weather shelter. Or before I had Sam, one of the things I would do is if I needed a shower or something like that, sometimes the places will give you a shower right then and there, and other times places will give you a shower only if you stay there for the night. So you go in there, stay for the night. Sometimes you even just take your shower and then just relinquish your bed, because you're there for a shower. You're not there to stay the night or anything else like that. Because another thing that is really hard about sleeping inside shelters is the amount of noise, whether it be a lot of people talking. You're in an open room where there's like a couple hundred beds, and you've got people that snore, people that talk in their sleep, people that do all kinds of stuff, and that's really disruptive to being able to sleep. And it's not like a normal white noise. So that is another issue that most people have. Plus, depending upon where you go and what shelters you're in, you will see, crime, such as, one of the things I don't like about Grace is that even in the bathroom, when you're going in there to take a shower, there's people doing Molly, and you gotta deal with that just to be able to go in there. And so places like that really aren't attractive if you're not into that scene. And also you have a lot of other things going on. So sometimes if the lower the barrier shelter, the more likely that gangs will come in and have some sort of control, or have their hand in the scene, just because that's where their biggest clientele is, their repeat customers. So when you go into certain places, they're just not safe enough. And really when it comes to going and staying in a shelter, those are the main reasons why I avoid them. Now, I do look for shelters. There are some shelters that just kind of take it to the extreme, like the one in Tallahassee, where like even your nail clippers, oh, it's a weapon. It's like, dude, this isn't prison. I'm just here to sleep at night. And these guys are looking at everything. Oh, it's a weapon. Oh, you gotta and then you gotta leave your stuff open for anybody to be able to grab. If you're gonna stay in a shelter, make sure that you can carry your stuff with you. Ask these questions up front. Maybe even call around if you have an opportunity to, because you want to know what the prerequisites are, because sometimes these the state, like in Tennessee, it's a state law that you have to leave your bag at the door. Well, in Tennessee, I'm not going to be going to anything unless it's an outside food line, because I'm not going to leave my bag at the door and run the risk of somebody walking off with my gear. Okay. And so, you have things like that. There are a lot of obstacles that are put in place. Some of them are reasonable, or, are for your safety, but a good portion of them are it's just pure stupidity. It's counterproductive. It's what keeps the homeless without things. It's almost like policies being created so that the homeless can continue to rob the homeless, so that nobody has anything because everybody's been robbed blind by the next guy. And that's not really fair to an individual. You're never going to be able to get up off your feet or on your feet if you're constantly having to replace your basic gear, which is your sleep system. Okay, so you got to be careful about the shelters that you go into, because some of it may be safety and others may be other things. Okay, so It doesn't really take a lot to talk about shelters, because there's really not much. I've said pretty much all that really needs to be said about shelters. Use them if you need them, but proceed with caution. Okay, so since this is a short video, I will take the time to say thank you for watching. Don't forget to share this on all the social media, and don't forget to like and leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Give me some of your experiences that you've had, so that others who are curious about what the shelter situation is like, they can actually get an idea from somebody other than just me. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Everything else you want to do, if you want to help the channel, is down in the description. And I will see you in the next video.